More from Baker here in just a second. He was absolutely amazing. The Browns scored essentially on their first 6 possessions. They went field goal and then 5 straight touchdowns. Think about that. I don't care who the opposition is. Field goal, 5 straight touchdowns on their first 6 possessions. It was 15 months ago. Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson, huge game. The Browns breakout year. They're in the house. They're taking on the Tennessee Titans. It was supposed to be the Browns coming out party. And then the Titans just slapped them up and down the field. 15 months later, revenge is the Browns. And as Mike said, they are 9-3. Fellas, what can you say about Kevin Stefanski? What more can you say about this guy?
Nothing, really. I mean, I guess this is a signature win that we all kind of
we're waiting for, right?
We're kind of waiting for, so to speak. I actually picked Cleveland to win the division at the beginning of the year. They're not going to win the division, but they're certainly going to backdoor into a wild card playoff spot here. And when you look at them, it's just something that Kevin Stefanski came with a plan, and his plan was to duplicate some of the same things that he did in Minnesota with Kirk Cousins, and he's gotten Baker Mayfield to play within that system, and they're running the ball with Chubb. So it allows them in the passing game to run play-action passes and be able to push the ball down the field off the play-action pass. It allows the receivers to have double moves. Think about People Jones there. He ran a double move off a small boot, touchdown. And so as you start to look at what they want to do, you start to say, okay, this team has a recipe to be able to be portable because they can run the ball. They're weatherproof because they're in Cleveland. So wherever they travel to, the weather will not be an issue. And if it is, they can handle it because they got 2 studs of a back. They got Chubb and they got Kareem Hunt, and they got a quarterback that is protecting the football now. So I think that this is a football team to watch out for.
You know, Kobe said it to Paul Gasol one time, you got to put your big boy pants on. And Cleveland put their big boy pants on yesterday. And it all started with Baker Mayfield. Now, we know Kevin Stefanski has done an incredible job with this team, changing the mantra of them, run first, pass second. But Baker Mayfield, 4 TDs in the first half. And I said this, previewing the game, the Titans have the 28th worst pass defense in the league.
Yeah.
And whoever gets ahead in this game, you know that the Titans offense isn't built just to come back because they're a run-first offense as well. Look, the ceiling that the Browns have is high. It's high. And I don't even feel like they came close to touching it yesterday. I feel like they're still on the verge. And I'll say this. I know Pittsburgh is undefeated. I think that Cleveland team can beat Pittsburgh. I'm not sure they can beat Kansas City Chiefs, but I think that Cleveland team we saw yesterday, if Baker Mayfield plays at his potential, he played like the number 1 pick. I'm not saying he's consistently played the number 1 pick. I'm not saying they're going to change up the offensive scheme of the team and the way they play. They still will be a run-first offense. But if he's able to give them breath, air, spirit like that, that's a team with a high ceiling that can go far. And you had him, Gase. 1 win. You had it. And then you chose not to have it, I guess. Self-sabotage, Keith?
No.
Greg Williams self-sabotage?
No, why?
Blitz on the last play?
No, Greg is just dialing up what he knows how to dial up. They're not going to be there next year, so they're not benefiting by getting the number 1 overall pick because they're not going to be there coaching them. At least I don't think they're going to be there coaching them. Let's just say that.
Crazier things have happened, as evidenced by the final play there with Derek Carr.
Ain't no way in hell, Zubin, you finna sit here and tell me there's a slight chance that they can be their coach. I don't.
No.
There's no way.
Bye, Felicia.
There's no way.
I would agree. We're presented by Progressive Insurance. All of our guests join us on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line. I mean, it's not like Greg Williams' reputation could get any worse on and off the field, so might as well just do it. ESPN NFL front office insider Mike Tannenbaum joins us this morning on the Shell Pennzoil Performance Line. Pennzoil synthetic motor oil is made from natural gas. It gives you unbeatable engine protection. The proof's in the Pennzoil based on Sequence 4A wear test using SAE. 5W30. Mike, you were a GM for a couple of different teams, including Gang Green. What do you think's going on in the front office first thing this morning after their latest debacle?
You're feeling heartbreak like everybody else. And look, you have to have one eye to the future, but you also have a responsibility to those players and coaches. And I agree, it's inconceivable how they defended that play yesterday. You have to defend the goal line, and you have Lamar Jackson, an undrafted free agent, trying to defend Henry Ruggs, the most explosive player one-on-one. It's inconceivable. But the other thing you're doing as a GM, You're looking towards the future. You're putting your list together so you're ready to go at the end of the year. And I just agree with what Keith said. It's really, there's no, at this point, I don't see there's any way that Adam Gase keeps his job at the end of the year.
Wait, Mike, I didn't say he's going to keep his job. I said there's no way.
No,
He agreed with you.
Oh, I thought he said he didn't agree with me. All right. Let me ask you this, though, Mike. Why hasn't the Jets fired him? Why haven't they fired him yet? Why are they holding on to him? Like, let it go.
You know, Key, right. Here would be my only sort of justification if I'm the Jets. 2 weeks ago was the first time this year that you had Sam Darnold with their top three receivers, Denzel Mims, Jamison Crowder, Rashad Perryman. And if you brought Adam Gase in to develop Sam Darnold, maybe you want to say, hey, over the last 6 weeks, is there any chance this could get better? So if you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, I guess that's the one reason you would have said, hey, let's give Sam Darnold and Adam Gase a chance together, because the last year and a half have been choppy due to injury, illness, whatever. But now we're at a point where I guess you're so close to the end, you might as well hold on to it. I really don't know, but to me, that would be the one explanation is let's give Sam Darnold the best chance possible to develop.
Would you hold on to it, though, Mike, as a general manager, or would you just let it go now?
Yeah, you know, Key, I made that decision a couple years ago. I was in Miami. We had Joe Philbin. We felt we couldn't go any further. We had an intriguing candidate in Dan Campbell, who was our head coach for the last 12 games. He was a finalist. I think Dan Campbell will be a head coach. I think that's a big factor when you make this decision, Key, is there somebody on your staff that you think realistically may have a chance at the job? Look at the job Raheem Morris is doing in Atlanta. Look, they hit a bump in the road yesterday against the Saints, which a lot of people have. But if you think someone like Raheem Morris may be your head coach in the future, that's a big factor in your decision making.
Mm-hmm. So, Mike, let's say hypothetically you land the Jets job, okay, and you have the decision to make when you come up with this. Do you keep Sam Darnold and then get other assets in the draft, or would you take Trevor Lawrence? How would you handle this situation moving forward?
Jay, well, despite the fact that Sam Darnold went to USC, I'm moving on from him. I think Trevor Lawrence is a once-in-a-generation player. And I know that's contractually obligated to say that here, guys. But in all seriousness, Trevor Lawrence to me is Andrew Luck. He's a once truly in a generation sort of player. He has the athleticism. He has the intangibles. And when you really look at it objectively, Sam Darnold has flashed in fairness, but he hasn't put it together consistently. And when you look at the other team in MetLife, at least Daniel Jones is getting better. There's less turnovers. You could see the progress being made. We just haven't seen that with Sam. I would try to maximize his value, get as many picks as I could, and move forward with a new coach and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Mike, I'm done fighting the Sam Darnold battle. Whatever y'all decide to do, y'all decide to do it as Jet fans and front office people. I'm tired of trying to say they should keep him. I've given up. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Let me ask you this. What the Giants are having, you mentioned the Giants, they're having some success. They go out to Seattle and they clip the Seahawks. How is this happening so fast for them right now?
Well, let's stay with our USC theme. Leonard Williams is having a great year. Had another 2 sacks yesterday, 8.5 for the year. They're playing with great speed on team defense in terms of rallying to the ball. They caused another turnover because of it yesterday. On offense, look, Colt McCoy was not great yesterday, but he managed the game, and Wayne Gallman was really productive, had over 150 yards rushing. They're not beating themselves. And give Joe Judge a lot of credit. They go out to Seattle, no Saquon Barkley, no Daniel Jones. They're down 5-0 at halftime, and they beat Russell Wilson in Seattle. That's a great team win. And if you're the Giants, you say, hey, you know what? We're going to get Jones back. We have Barkley for the future. Leonard Williams is a blue chip player who's now playing up to that top 6 billing when he came out. We have a few pieces in place that we could build around, and Joe Judge deserves it.